Tonight we're gonna be making, we gotta have like cue cards. Today we're making steak, potatoes, portobello mushrooms, and baby broccolini with a little bit of a wine reduction sauce. Bon appetit. Okay, time to salt and pepper our steaks. Make sure that you keep these out for at least half an hour to 45 minutes before you cook them. This will ensure more even cooking. Would you like to introduce yourself, Chef?
Not really, but Chef Fluffy the Fluff. Working on this famous steaks, you know, to keep up this keg that I got going on. And I'm being told what to do on my favorite food source to cook, so, you know, I'm just following. And it's fun sometimes.
It's actually so much more fun to cook with friends, so I'm very grateful to have Chefy Fluffy La Fluff Fluff here.
Chef
Fluffy La Fluff Fluff blah 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 blah. Okay. So, salt and pepper, good amount. You want it to soak through this meat. It's a nice thick piece, and we are done. Yummy.
This is my piece.
So here you can see we've got our portobello mushroom caps, our fingerling potatoes, and our fresh rosemary washed and draining. Next, we're gonna cut up these fingerlings, add them into a bowl, and put our rosemary and fresh garlic on top. Oh, I love fresh garlic. Oh, Chef, thank you for chopping up those potatoes. Those look beautiful. We're gonna wanna put the potatoes in first because all of our sides are going into the oven. The potatoes are gonna take the longest amount of time. So, a little bit of fresh rosemary. We've got garlic. We're gonna put plenty of pepper. Would you grab the olive oil from over there, please, for me, sir? So we're gonna salt and pepper these. We're gonna give them a nice stir. And then we're gonna put them on our baking sheet to go right into the oven. Go for it. I'm ready for you. Rosemary and garlic. So parchment paper is your friend. It helps reduce on your cleaning time, and it makes for a nice, well, roasted dish. We already have the oven preheated to 375. Of course, first we want to get these taters in because they're going to take the longest. Then we're going to start with our mushrooms.
Good estimate, they all should fit on there.
Beautiful. To keep things super simple, we're gonna use the same bowl that we used for the potatoes and the same cutting board. We're just gonna take these just like this, sir, and make some nice slices. And then we're gonna put them right into the bowl. Cool. I'm gonna start this broccolini. Baby broccolini, or baby broccoli, however you wanna call it, delicious vegetable. Does very well in all aspects of cooking, roasting in the oven, steaming, pan sauteing. Super easy to do. Simply take off the tips and then you just wash and cook.
All right, so right here, we got mushrooms sliced up. Putting a little bit of olive oil on them, you know, just to make it all nice and pretty. And then we're gonna put it right here on the cookie sheet with the best friend, you know.
Give them a little stir, get them coated. You don't need to do much with mushrooms because they have an amazing flavor to begin with. And then, would you like to put a little salt and pepper? So when you're salting, you want to make sure to not salt too heavily. Remember, you can always add more, but you can't take away. All right, So we've got a little bit of wine reducing back here. It's gonna serve as a nice light sauce for our steak and mushrooms to go with our potatoes and broccolini. So we're just gonna let this reduce while the potatoes and mushrooms cook. I wanted to try and make this an effective and easy meal to cook. So all of our vegetables are going in the oven to roast. You wanna start with what takes the most time, the potatoes. Next we put in the mushrooms. Lastly, we're gonna have our broccolini. So we're gonna add some butter to the already salted room temperature steaks before we put them on a hot cast iron skillet to sear in the juices. There's nothing quite like the sound of a sizzle of a steak on a grill. I want to introduce some char lines on the steak while searing in the juices. Now we're gonna flip these over, get the other side, and then we're gonna introduce them into our butter, rosemary, and garlic bath. This is where we're gonna finish cooking our steaks just to the right temp that we want them, which in my case is medium rare. This butter bath adds another delectable flavor and depth to your steak. You want to take the butter and gently scoop it over the steaks to just get all that goodness in there. And then you also want to turn the sides over if you have a nice thick steak to get a good char on the end. Now for my favorite part of the night, plating and eating. We're gonna start with our delicious steak. We're gonna add some portobellos with reduced wine. Now we have our fingerling potatoes in rosemary, garlic, and olive oil. And last but not least, our broccolini. Time to chow down. So we paired our steak this evening with a delicious cab that we actually pressed at a winery locally here in Vegas.
I have decent wine glasses.
It's always better cooking with friends. Thanks for joining us on Cooking with Attezel, and say hello to Chef Fluffy Love Love and Marie. Bonsoir.